everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Travel Tip Tuesday on the Travel Mug podcast. This week, we want to talk about trying new foods while traveling, and we love food here at the Travel Mug podcast very much. So a fave topic for sure. Now, I do want to kind of preface this by saying there are many types of dietary restrictions out there. So I guess what I'll say, and right from the get-go, is, I'm going to talk about trying new foods, but obviously try those new foods within the scope of what you can eat or what you choose to eat, either or. But having said that, I highly encourage while traveling, stepping outside your comfort zone when it comes to food, like whatever your comfort zone is, I suppose. If you're already eating like monkey brains, I don't know what to tell you because there's probably not much more you can do. But if you are traveling somewhere new, you're likely a curious person anyway. And having a new food adventure can really, enhance your travels. So like we always say at the podcast, do your research in advance. Really, I thought about it this afternoon. I was like, we probably should have named the podcast like "Do Your Research."
Do your research. That's
with Meggan and Jenn.
Yeah. Do your research, because that's all we tell you every week.
Exactly. It's like we're not giving you a tip; we're just telling you to look it up. But what you really should do some research on is the local cuisine of wherever you're going, and also, which I find really fun, is like restaurants. Therefore, what that cuisine is, where you can find it. And I think that's a big key to see what your options are. What are some popular and prevalent foods in your destination? Like, as an example, like Germany, in my mind, and I think it actually is kind of like a meat heavy country, like a meat forward country.
Right.
In India, vegetarian food is really readily available if that's what you're looking for. There's obviously Greek, the Mediterranean diet. So good. It's probably one of my faves. But I really feel like to have that immersive travel experience, eating like a local at least once will really help you sort of have that more well-rounded experience. Now, I love trying new foods, but I also don't want to do it with every meal. So I'm certainly not saying that. Sometimes just like need a sandwich, and that's okay. Like something really basic, but at least 2 to 3 times minimum per trip. I'm all about like, what are people eating here and where can I find it? And I think another really great idea besides research is once you're there, wherever you're staying, if there's like a staff, so if it's like a hotel or whatnot, ask them for ideas. I mean, that's why they're there, to really give out that kind of advice. And if you want somewhere that's not a touristy place to be able to try out those authentic foods, make sure you specify that. Say like, what's an off the beaten restaurant we could try? So for me, on my upcoming travels, I want to eat Swiss fondue, like cheese fondue, all the fondue. Right, exactly. Even if there's like, I'm like hoping to find a chocolate fondue because I mean, Swiss chocolate, however I can get it, I'm going to eat it. Let's just throw that out there. And maybe I'll throw caution to the wind and like have a beer and a bratwurst in Germany. I don't even eat meat, but like, it's been a long 2 years, man. And like, I'm just like, what am I doing this for? So who knows? I'll report back if I've broken the streak.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear.
I'll come back a new woman just full of bratwurst.
My God.
I know. So Jen, like, what are your thoughts on this? And I know you don't eat red meat, and I know Ryan has some allergies. So like, do you try different cuisine? Do you have to play it safe or choose to play it safe? Like, what do you guys do?
It depends on where we're going. So right. I guess, when we did our honeymoon, we did Iceland, London, and Paris. We didn't eat out like at all in Iceland because it was expensive. Sure. And we had a kitchen in the place we were staying. So we just bought food, and B, like it's very shellfish heavy there. And with Ryan's allergies, I was concerned. Right. So we decided not to eat out really in Iceland at all. And we did eat out quite a bit in London and Paris, mostly in Paris. Actually, we had a kitchen in London. We didn't in Paris, but it was great. Like we had really good food. And I remember we did ask the lady at the hotel in Paris, like where to go and where to like go buy chocolates and stuff before we came home and that sort of thing. But it's been a long time since we've planned a trip outside of Disney. And I know I talked about this on our Disney or on our food dietary podcast when we talked about food allergies and dietary restrictions. Like Disney food is really good, and they're also really good with food allergies. So we have started picking out some restaurants for Scotland. I usually like to wait until I get there and go by what I'm feeling that day. Like that's part of the travel that I don't like plan obsessively. Like I'm okay. I know. And I love food, but I like to go with what I'm feeling like that day to have for dinner. But yeah, I think there's definitely, I like to try local cuisine, and I don't want to, I don't want to go and have McDonald's or whatever. Right. So it's fun. I love eating. So I like.
No, me too. And like, I'm with you. Like, I don't want to go and have that either, but if you need to like get something quick, like we did, I did Subway in Iceland because
so did we. It's right there downtown too. So it was really easy.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes too, like it's the only option. Just go with the flow, like in that regard as well. But I really do think it helps sort of immerse yourself, and you can come home and say, I tried X, Y, or Z from this country. That's what they're known for. Yeah. And it's not always going to be the case. I mean, maybe they're just known for fish and chips, and like London might be, and we can get that here. But like when there's that opportunity, I think it really helps with that overall experience.
Yeah, I think Ryan, despite his food allergies, is more adventurous than me in his food choices and things that he's done here in Nova Scotia. When we go to a restaurant, sometimes he'll just ask the server, like, what would you order? Or you choose for me and don't tell me until it, like, he doesn't know what he's getting until it comes. Right. But I mean, within the parameters of his food allergies, obviously.
I was going to say, they might bring him like some fish with nuts on it.
He like, here's my food allergies, but you pick kind of thing.
Right.
If you are adventurous. I mean, someone who works at the restaurant is going to know what's good, right? So
that's a great idea. I'm going to try, tell him I'm going to try this on our European adventure. I'm just going to say, I'll eat whatever minus whatever. Yeah. And then you choose. I love that.
Yeah. Get a little, I don't know if that's for me.
Right. No, I'm definitely going to give
it. It would have to be like a restaurant where I liked a lot of things on the menu. Right. But I mean, even if you're between a couple of dishes, I usually like to ask because they know what's good.
They do. And I'm not sure that would be Pete's thing either, because whenever I suggest a place, he's like, well, what do they have there? Okay. Like, I don't know. I've never been there before either. So I will definitely give that a try and report back on my trip report.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know. Well, that is it for this week's Travel Tip Tuesday. We hope wherever you are headed that it's a tasty adventure. As always, give us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Buy us a coffee. The link is in the show notes to help support the show. You get little bloopers and such, and we come off as very polished, but guys, there's some bloopers. And really share the show with a travel loving or foodie loving pal. Until next time, bye.